Where's Hobson? Right, I'm going to read this to you. John 1:01. I'm reading it to you. This is an affidavit to any of the kings on any of the Mariahs on the 26th of August. Here is my sworn natural affidavit of I, Catherine and Sixtus, do declare that I am of the pure blood issue of Princess Electorate Sophia with the IA of Hanover, who became a subject of the British United Kingdom through her and through her son, King George I, I, Catherine and Sixtus, do declare under William Hobson, early administration, on the 14th of January 1840, New Zealand was annexed to the British Crown initially as an extension of the colony of New South Wales. On the 16th of November 1840, a letters patent royal charter was issued. In May 1841, Governor Hobson proclaimed the letters patent, thereby establishing New Zealand as a separate colony and giving him the power to constitute the courts and appoint the judges. Listen carefully. Of the first 6 ordinances, remember that I just showed you the ordinance number 1, which was the Union Bank of Australia constituted with the Supreme Court. That was ordinance number 1. Ordinance number 2 was all the people on the St. Pauli ship who had their nationality, just like Princess Sophia, had their nationality stripped from their bodies, became the empty vessel, and the issue of my body became a subject of Almighty God, not a citizen, not even a national, only a subject and faithful child under Almighty God. Okay, the defender of the faith. And I'm in the courts defending the faith as we speak, because that's what God wanted me to do, and that's why I was put on this earth, to let you all know. Now, so that was the ordinance number 2. Ordinance number 3. Now, the ordinance number 3 was Abraham Kaiser, who had he was an empty vessel, and he didn't have nationality, he didn't have citizenship, he was just a natural being of God, under Almighty God, made himself a subject under the issue of Princess Sophia. And then he ascended in New Zealand on our ship together with us, and he also became privy to that Union Bank of Australia of the labours of the land, and the labour, and that the male Abraham Kaiser and the female married together and had the labour and the land to be together. This is why you islanders, you're just not even the picture, mate. If you're on the islands, you're not in this marriage. You cannot be a mistress and come into the marriage. You cannot. It's an abomination to God. So that was the 3rd ordinance. There were some other ordinances, but I'm not going to tell you just yet. He says the first 6 ordinances passed by the first session of the Legislative Council. Of those, 2 of the ordinances will set up the courts, and the 3rd retrospectively validated all acts, including judicial, undertaken since the letters were actually drawn up in November of 1840. The treaty was drawn up in November of 1840, and an Attorney General was appointed who provided legal advice to the government and drafted the ordinances presented to the Legislative Council by the governor, as well as proclamations and government legal notices. And then that is when we ceased, at that moment, New Zealand ceased to be a dependent of Australia or England or anyone. It became separate, but all people that were born or descended from pre-1846, the issue of your body or the issue of my body to your body or their body to our body, we all remain subjects and we never truly become citizens. We can renounce our citizenship in all the different countries. Corporation Limited, Nelson. Renewable leases, Sixtus, Section 16, Block 4 in the Takaka Survey District. This was renewed over from 1918 to 1962. Next one, Nelson Land District, Sections 14 and 15, Block 4, which is really basically King William IV. Takaka Survey District also, Marginal Lands Advanced, for E.J. Sixtus, who he got his back broken, and we suspect that his widowed wife stole all the resources and gave it to the new man that she married, just like Josephine Elizabeth, who married Conrad Lang. See, Conrad Lang married the widow and had children and stole and leached onto the Sixtus line. The same thing happened here to E.J. Sixtus. He was severed, and then the widow leached onto his line. That's why they all got to be empowered. The New Zealand Forest Service permits licenses under the Sixtus, Parsons and Hayes, Umutoi, and the Umutoi through the State Forest and the 24 Block 7 Umutoi Survey District of H.W. Jensen's milled area. There was a slice through there. I'm still sorting all of this out. The reports on the prospecting, mining and inspection of Block 4 of Takaka Survey District, the Canaan, Takaka Hills under the Sixtus Brothers, Lime and Marble, Carpentaria Explorations, Matthew and Bullion, Consolidated Silver Mining. All the gold and all the silver, it's mine. The Newport's Limestone Quarry, Takaka Limeworks under C.L. Sixtus, who is also, I think, a false line. Then we've got here the mines filing system, the New Zealand Forest Service land transactions under the Sixtus Brothers and the Ruahine Forest State Forest, and the Sixtus Brothers and Son Sawmill number 337 of the Nelson Conservancy, the New Zealand Forest Service and Forest Management under the Sixtus Lodge, and the trustees of the Sixtus Lodge shall manage all of New Zealand's forestry system, and the Napier District Forest Service, all managed by the same trust, and the prospecting, mining and inspection of Block 4 of the Takaka Survey District, Canaan, Takaka Hills, Sixtus Lime and Marble, Carpentaria Explorations Company, Matthew and Bullion Consolidated Silver Mining Company. It all belongs to me. Newport Quarry of the Sixtus Brothers, Dawson McCay's Limestone Quarry in Takaka, and the Mines Inspection Office of the Greymouth registered files. These are under restricted access. It's difficult to get into them. The Motueka Survey District, Section 14, Block 5, CL Sixtus and LE Sixtus, to the Thomas, and I don't know what that's about, something to do with Motueka section, but the ski-lite or she-lite and gold, Canaan Takaka Hill for Edgar Sixtus, who is one of the Sixtus brothers, but it depends if he's been stolen from the corrupted line of that Conrad land. That's the thing, there's a corrupted line. They were the widows and the children have corrupted. The Mines Inspection Office Spraymount registered files, the lot 47 of the depositive plan, Sixtus Vernon Lewis. Now, Vernon Lewis is attached to that Shane, Reety, Pearl, Reety, and all the Reetys. That I believe, I suspect, I can't be sure, but I believe that they come off a corrupted Vernon Lewis Sixtus line. And I'm still going through all of this, but I'm only just announcing this today as part of my affidavit because I've only got a couple of weeks. I'm in the court and they're moving too fast. I'm just making my affidavit. I'm saying to you that I lay claim to all of these lots, all the gold, all the silver, all the marble, all the limestone, all the forestries, all the coal, anything that's in this affidavit, anything that's in there. I, Catherine Ann Sixtus, do claim my right to it through my subject status. I renounce my New Zealand citizenship. I renounce all citizenships of any citizenship. I renounce any Aotearoa citizenship. I claim my subject status under Almighty God and get my feet onto the land with King Nene, who is the issue, who is the adopted issue of Princess Sophia, adopted issue, the mining prospectus license of the Sixtus of the Takaka Mountains, the Sixtus Overflow Deviation in Waimea College, Agents Corner and the Main Street, Brightwater. I don't understand all of this. I'm not a land person. The acquisition of private land and the acquisition of all Crown lands by G.L.R. Sixtus, Ruahine State Forest in the 24 of the Wellington Conservancy, another Sixtus, I don't know, the Wellington, and the index to the state coal minefields, all state coal minefields. So I just review to you that I do lay claim to the state coal minefields under my subject status. I lay claim to all private lands, all acquisition of Crown lands under the Sixtus Trust. I claim ownership to the Waimea College and the Agents Corner and the Main Street Brightwaters. The prospecting, all mining prospective licenses are belonging to the Sixtus brothers and the Sixtus, which is made under the subject status of Almighty God for Princess Sophia, never mind Augustus, Princess Lot 47, all of the depositive plans, all of the scheelite and the gold and the Canaan Mountains and the Takaka Mountains and the mines of the Takaka Mountains and all of the Motueka Survey Districts and all blocks, 5s and section 14s and all limestone quarries of the Takaka Mountains and the Newport quarry of the Takaka Mountains and the block 5 of the Takaka Survey District and all of the lime and the marble and the bullion and the consolidated silver from Matthew Bullion. I lay claim to the entire New Zealand Forest Service, the entire forest management under the Sixtus Trust and the Sixtus Lodge and the Napier District Office and the forest filing system and all the Sixtus brothers and their sons of the Surveys and the conservancies of the Nelson Trust and all of the New Zealand Forest Services, land transactions of the Ruahine Forest Trust and the limestone quarries of the Takaka Lime Works and the prospecting and mining and inspection and the block 4 of the Takaka Mountains and the consolidated silver mining companies and all forest services under the Umitoi Forest, State Forest and the block 7s and the block 4 and the marginal lands and the land corporations of Nelson and the section 16 block 4. Now, I will just say to you that almost finished here. What I'm saying to you is that I have not as yet gone to collect all of the land titles as yet, and I have not as yet been to the court to establish, but I have. I will just say the last bit in the finishing up, and I've done that as an affidavit to John Wanoa and all of the people down at the marae, and I shall type up the affidavit and I shall be sending it to that particular marae and letting them know that I do state my claim. Now, I'm happy to have John Wanoa or any Sue Gray, who's been going on through my ancestry since 2012. Sue Gray has been entering my ancestry, and I know that my brother is one of my brothers who is a beneficiary to the trust. I know that he's turned around and given 40% of that trust to his adopted son,